Hello and welcome. Today we want to solve the Information and Communication Technology paper for October-November 2025. We want to do the database question. So we are going to scroll and leave the first question, which is the word question, and we are going to start with the database on page 5. Okay, you are now going to prepare some reports. Make sure all data is fully visible. So this means that when we are now presenting our work for marking, we are sending in hard copies. So there is no way you are going to get help to have your fields open. So make sure that whatever you have printed is fully visible. Okay. So we are preparing reports, and when we are creating reports, first thing we should remember is I have to create a query for me to be able to create a report. Okay. So those are the things that should come up to our mind when we are seeing the first statement in our question. Now, question 15, use database software to import the file N2502race.csv as a new table. Use these field names and data types. So we have been given this table. So these are our field names, the data type, the store, and the display. So display is how you want it to show, and we want to store it in these formats. This is the data types that we have. Set the set entry number as a primary key, save the data. Okay, so we want to do this part. Okay, so when we are doing that first part, use database software. So the database software that we use is MS Access. So we are going to make sure that we go to our MS Access and we open our database. And we give our database a name. And it's very important that we just make sure that all the information that we are doing or whatever we are creating, we save it in a place where we can quickly trace it. So when you're answering your final paper, you just have to make sure that your database is inside your folder, the folder that you've been given. Of course, we are not going to be sending the folder for marking, but surely we want to make sure that whatever happens during the exam time, you have your backup ready and you don't panic in where is your information you can't find. So we have named it N25 so that we are able to see that this is the name of the database and where it is located, right? So now we have closed the first one and we are going to import. So from external data, we go to from file, text file, we browse, and we go to where our source files are. So we go into the folder, right? So inside our N25, we have to check, okay, this is because we have our this is the database we created in the files, but our source files are zipped, so I'm going to extract. Okay, so that we can now have this open. Okay. So I'm just going to close that. Now I have my extracted folder in there. So in my database, I'm going to then go on to import the race into 502 race. Now that I can see that, I can look for N25 race, this one. And then I import. Okay. Next, first row contains field names. Choose primary key, and the question said the primary key is entry number. So I'm going to select entry number to be my primary key, and then I click on advanced. Always make sure this is DMY, and then now I'm checking these data types. Okay, do nothing on indexed or skip. You're only focusing on the data type. Okay, so when I look at my question paper, it should be text, 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 text. Then we have our number, which is an integer. Okay, up to age. Okay, so entry number should be an integer. So text, text, entry number is integer, integer, integer up to age. Then from there, we have date, time, date, time. Then we have, this one is a decimal. So we are going to put double, then integer, integer. So we are going to have date, time, double, and then integer, integer. Date, time, double. And then you scroll here so that you can see everything, integer, integer. So this is how it is, and it's already in the format that we want. So I'm just going to say, okay, the data types is exactly what we want. After putting in okay, you can just say finish. Okay, close. So this is my data. Okay, now back to our question paper. It says, save this data, place in your evidence a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used. Okay, so we need to take a screenshot. But before you do that, remember we have the store and the display. These two parts, you take care of them seriously when you are done importing. Of course, on the store part, it really was also affected when you are doing the data type, because here we have number, but we are going to say which type of number it's in, integer. Okay, so we'd already taken integer, and double, integer. But on the display part, okay, we also have to make sure that, for example, these two are dates, and they want this format, yeah, HHMMSS. Okay, so it means that I have to go to my design of this table, right? So if I go to my design, I'm going to make sure that I am now putting the format that is needed, which is HHMMSS. HHMMSS. This is the format for recording time, and I'm going to go on this one, and I put HHMMSS. So this is the format that we want. Okay, so after that, control save. After saving, I now have to take a screenshot of this part here. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we can have everything showing. So it's best to have everything showing. So this part here on my computer is taking a lot of space. So, all right, I've decided to reduce the tabs there so that I only see the tabs without the ribbon. so that I can have all the information showing, because I want my screenshot to be one. So now I'm going to use snipping, but mostly on your computers it will just be showing, so you won't need to do that. So here I'm taking this screenshot. So as you can see, my screenshot is showing the name of the table, the primary key, the field name, and the data type. Okay, avoid unnecessary area, right? So this is what you have. You go on here, you copy, click copy. After copying, you go to your evidence document and then you place it. So where you are placing the evidence document, you are placing it on the step. So this was 15. So if you are going on an evidence document, you are actually pasting it in step 15. Okay, so if we check in here, if we have our evidence document already, sometimes you may be asked to actually create it. So these other parts are for the first question. So this one, we are pasting it in our step 15. Okay, that's where we are going to paste. So enable editing, and then you go where you want your evidence to be. So this is evidence 15. Then you go on with the question. Change the data type of pace kilometer per hour to display as time with the format that. Okay, so we need to change this, which was a double, so that it is date with time. So it's this one. So we are just changing here date time, and then we put in the same format that we have been using. Right, so this is the format. And then, right, so this is what we have done. Import the file into 05 Club as a new table into your database. Set all data types to text. Set club code to primary as the primary key. Place your evidence document as a screenshot. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing field names, data types, primary key used. So we are going to import this table, and it's just one mark. So let's do it quickly. And the name is club. So when we are done, we are just going to close that. Save. Do you want to save? Yes, we want everything saved. We want to close because we always want to work with a clean work area so that you don't have problems. So we are going to go and import the next table, which is club. Okay, so if it's the next time, you will see that it's going to be faster because it already has kept the root worthy. Okay, choose the primary key, and we've been told that club code. So you can click and then it's going to select for you. And then when you go to advanced, we've been told that everything should be text, and it's already text there. It is DMY. So okay. Next, finish. Okay, so for us to have the club, you have to also go to design. This is the information, and then when you take your screenshot, you click on new, and then you take that area as your screenshot, and then you copy, then you paste it under the question. Okay, because we've been asked to put it in evidence. So this is step 17. Okay. So you can see that in the evidence document, it's already waiting for step 17. So you just paste it like that, and you move on to import the file into 502H group.csv as a new table in your database. Set all data types to text. So group code is the primary key, and then you place. So this is step 18. So let's import age group. So we always want to close when we are done, and we go to external. We're importing our third table now. It's text because our file is a CSV. Okay. And we've been told group code. We go to advanced. This is for the data type, and then on our data type, set all data types to text. We've selected that, so we are done. Everything is text, so it's okay. So next, and then finish. Then we also take a screenshot of this. So we go to our design. We take a screenshot from the design site, right? So you go there, new, and then you click there to make sure that you are only focusing on the area that is needed. You click on copy, and then you take it to step 18. So in your step 18, that's step 18. Then save. Always make sure that you are saving during the exam. Control S or just that save button. Then we go to the next one. Here, create a one-to-many relationship as links between club code and club code in club table and club number in the race table. So we have to go and close so that we go to database tools and then relationships. Then we want to put our tables there. So we have all our tables, and make sure that you stretch them out so that you can see what is inside each table. Okay. Now you can then click. So we want the first relationship is club code in club table and club number in the race table. So we are going to the race table, club number and club code in the club. So I can take this one and put it there. So that is just close to club number and club code. Okay. And then I create a relationship. So this is a relationship that I have created with club number in race and club code. So if you want to see the relationship, if you click on this line, it can tell you club code and club number. Club code in club and club number in race. So club code in club and club number in race. That's the first line. The second line, group code field in the age group table and age cut field in the race table. Okay. So group code and age cut. Group code in the age and age cut in race. Then you create. So these are my relationships. Okay. Then after placing your evidence, screenshot showing one-to-many list between the three tables. Okay, so we need a screenshot. So when you're taking a screenshot here, we just don't want this without showing the one-to-many. So you click on the line like we did, and you put it somewhere, right? Then you take a screenshot. So this is your first screenshot because so this is the first part. So you can say copy, and you go and put this as your evidence. 19, right? But you need to put another one because this is for group code and age cut. So you need to click this line again and make that evidence. So I'm going to close that one and click on this one. And I'll take another screenshot. copy, and then I paste it. So these are this is how I'll show my relationships. Then I move on to this question 20. In the race table, use an automated search function to locate the record with the entry number 1498. Okay, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the automated search function you used to locate the record. Okay, so this is a step. I have to find this 1498 entry in the race table, right? So if I go to my, okay, there, and I'm closing my, yes, save. Now in the race table, so this is the race table. And then in my race table, I have to find, so click on find. I have to find what? 1498. Let's check. 1498, yes. So I have to find this. Find next. So let's recheck. It's not showing my race number. Let's check our question again. So we are going to the race table and use the automated search to locate the record with the entry number 1498. Okay. So this one, entry numbers, we have entry numbers there. Okay. So this look in here was showing current field. So it would definitely look in one field since these are fields, okay? So it's best to have it on current document so it can search all in the current document, okay? So let's leave match there and see if we can find it. Okay, now it has looked into the whole current document and it has found that 1498 under entry number. So I can click this and just drag it there. So this is entry number field. And when I look at it, this is 1498. This is what I'm looking for. But the question wants the screenshot to show the evidence that this is how I found my 1498. Okay. So what I can actually do is I can scroll down so that I want to keep the, okay, I can place it there. So I want to show the entry number so that there are a few fields there and this is selected and then use that. So I'm going to take a screenshot, new, so that I can show the name of the table, the fields that are supposed to be showing, and it also will show that this is okay, so that it shows this is entry number and then that's 1948 and that 1948. Okay, in showing that I used find and replace. So I'm going to copy and go and paste it under my evidence document because they want this as their evidence document. Okay, so now I'm done with this part. Then it says amend these details as follows. Age category. So we want to amend. So amend is just changing. So we want to go in and then we say FSE 39 1992 on year of birth. Okay. So I'm just going to even close that. And year of birth is 1992. 1992. Age 33. And then category is FSE 39. Okay, so let's check again. FSC 39 to 90 to 33, then gender result is 137. Check your data entry for errors, save the data. Okay. 137. On gender result, it's 137. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Then we say, so with this we've amended, right? And then we go back to the question paper. Okay, using fields. Okay, so this is now question 21. Okay, so we'll end here for now. Let's meet in the next video. Let's try out up to this step, and then let's meet in the next video and we do question 21. So this one is where we are going to create a report. So let's take a break.